you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tighnari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone.
So, Tighnari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her med...
Ok, andiamo a parlare più là. Dove sei andato? Ok.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because, well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But
Grazie.
she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tighnari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why, with appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. Nevertheless,
c'è una vera cura, ma
Kale's
si
mother
può
still hoped
combattere,
there was
diciamo.
something out there.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you're already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this Doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to...
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
In effetti.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once
Speriamo.
thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such...
Don't worry, Tighnari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently, though a moderate amount of physical Alright, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
Alright, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place.
No problemo.
Let's go then.
Problemo.
We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Ok, va bene.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then. Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
No, my sword! Wingblade!
Ok. No, dice 53 metri. Eccolo.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Ok, va bene. Le vedo. Eccole qua.
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari.
Ok.
Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early? Let's go find out what's going on.
Ecco fatto. Ci sono guai in vista. Che succede? Agazzi.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading, so we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas
Tipo
not
quello di
only
Minecraft.
cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the four, only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
Ok, così impariamo anche a liberare le zone maledette, diciamo. Ah, c'è pure un punto qua.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks... Oh, Paimon,
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved. Thank you, but I must warn you, don't push yourself. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme... You ready then? Let's go.
Ok, vediamo come si fa.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Che dolore.
Windblade!
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter.
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering.
Non vedo. Aspetta. Perfetto.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now!
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well.
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But for instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Huh? But why is that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface, although it isn't like it. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep under. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled in. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering zones here for a long time until a cure is found. All right, that's enough on this.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The Withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that? Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her? How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face?
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave, she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is...
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that she'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that she would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul... That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with... Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have... When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on That was because when you... Please, wait here for a moment.
Ecco, portami ste razioni così gliele portiamo.
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and... No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Eccola.
Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Oddio, che carino! Ma cos'era?
There you are! Hypatia, are you alright?
So...
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait. Huh? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh.
Ok.
This place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Windblade! Windblade!
Allora. Ok. Wow. Che cacchio? Dove sono?
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Oh, c'è roba da prendere. Ma... Ok. Allora. Find the prima anzi, corrisponde collect trim rosin. Ok. bello però che è, raga. Oh, porca.
Incinerate! Be gone! Rain outlines your fate.
Ah!
Wingblade! Boom! Inadmissible evidence! Prepare to be blown away!
Know my sword!
Ok. Che cappero. Ma quale figaggine mai questa? Aia! Cavolo. Raga, è una figata assurda. Porca zozza, raga.
Know my sword!
No, no, Doda.
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do in this strange place?
Strange place. Plotting. Bow before the abyss!
Let me read you a verse.
Decimate!
Motion to compel.
Wingblade!
misfortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your brother. Oh, His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying... The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. But don't you fret now. Today...
Vabbè.
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Quick! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you... Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better...
Ok.
Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
Ok.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found...
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was...
Your neighbor? You mean there's...
Oh? So, you're able to see them too?
Certo.
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself have... You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had... And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small...
Esatto, quello
in
che
my
abbiamo visto noi.
curiosity, I began to... It wasn't until I...
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I Yes, no doubt. Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier. All right, we're up, traveler. Today.
Sounds good. I've never tried any.
Vabbè, tanto io di roba cucinata ne avevo tanta. Dov'è il fireside? Questa me la posso fregare? No. Ah, ok, qui c'è.
All done. Let's use the empty box that Tainari. Oh, it smells.
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. You should know that some researchers spent their
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn Ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Ruka Devata.
Ecco.
Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies with naturally, any
Makes sense.
that was primarily due to her taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spirit. Not to worry though. It appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation technique,
Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa.
As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main
Eccolo.
area of research is the stars and their... Which is why I must... If only my perception wasn't so limited. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many research sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and ability, that's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm, while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa. So knowledge from Irminsul can be super.
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight. However, I've been feeling better. I believe that being able to see them is a... But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy.
What's so strange about?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Oh.
Yes, well, to an extent. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality. But yes, the fact that the people of Sumeru... I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the... But then, on the day I skipped, it was incredible. Though back then...
So, do you have any thoughts about the things she saw when she connected with Irminsul?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have... World, forget me. If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more... If you two are ever in the area again, there's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
Ah, vabbè.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright.
Ok. Fatto tutto, Tainari.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that as Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a—
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for decline.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person. But I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter has...
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper...
Tainari, your master is an integral...
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no...
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still... If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
C'è.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip.
Very good. Now that...
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanalian.
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well,
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru... How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a... Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure...
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the academia that utilizes the legate. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the academia's expertise. So I'll...
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
Ok. Ciao Tainari. Eccola con lei. Ciao.
I've been waiting for you two.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And, I'm sorry. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you.
Oh? What is...
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh.
Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville. Well then, I, trainee forest ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The rangers will...
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me,